What's up, guys? Marlon back at it again here with another video. So if this is your first time watching, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily updates that we have in the land of PlayStation and Xbox. If that is something that intrigues you, then this is the place for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. All right. So we got some topics to go over and discuss today. So I appreciate you guys for everything that you guys do for our community. And I try my best to keep my foot on the gas and also be consistent when it comes to these shows. I would definitely say ever since I've been doing the shows, literally like full time since 4 years ago, it's been a crazy ride for sure. So I want to come on here and talk about, I see a lot of people having this console war, notion going on with certain Xbox exclusives or whatever the case may be coming to PlayStation. And the crazy part about this whole topic is that Microsoft is the one to be blamed because they're the ones that actually start putting their games on other platforms, right? And I think I've said this before that I do think that certain games will remain on Xbox. I don't think certain games should be on PlayStation or should be on Nintendo Switch, vice versa. I think the same thing is going to happen with Sony. In the future, they might, put their games on other platforms, even more platforms as time goes by. But there are just certain titles, which I've talked about this numerous times before, that are just, one of a kind titles, titles that actually birth your entire existence. I think those games should remain on your platform and not go anywhere else at all. And it's crazy to me how people are just fighting over what games are going wherever and things of that nature. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, what it really boils down to is what consoles do you have? Right? And based on how many consoles you have is your limit to what you can play, right? Now, this is one of the main reasons why Microsoft has went on ahead and fully supported the no console idea, right? To where, yes, it's not the greatest in terms of the quality because it's streaming, but at the same time, they're trying to offer different ways for you to play and for you to enjoy their games. And there's nothing wrong with that. The biggest problem that I see is that people are saying, well, the quality is not good, or if you're going to spend this much money on this type of setup, then you might as well go this route. What if you don't want to go that route, right? And you want something more minimal, or you want something more simpler, like, I don't know, to each their own. But at the same time, right now, you don't have a lot of options when it comes to Sony, right? You either buy a PS5 or go build a PC. Like, that's it. that is it, right? So Microsoft, I give them that. They are giving you the option. They are trying to make it more affordable. Because I read something where they said that gaming is going to be like insanely profitable in the next 3 years, right? $300 billion in revenue in the next 3 years. And it sounds crazy because with inflation going on right now and game prices in certain countries are going up. I think I heard something about in Turkey, the prices of games went up, at least on the Sony side of things. Like, there's other parts of the world that are getting hit with inflation like crazy right now, right? Studios are getting shut down left and right. massive layoffs, right? If you look at a lot of these live service games, I mean, they're a freaking joke, right? I mean, they're just not surviving. They're not lasting because of the lack of creativity, right? Because of the lack of enjoyment, because of the lack of satisfaction. So how the heck are you guys going to be making $300 billion when all this stuff is going on? That's the questions that people are having now, right? And that's in 3 years, right? Obviously, next year, we are looking at a mammoth of a game that's probably going to help make a lot of that money. Or I wouldn't say all of it, but a good chunk of it is going to take up with GTA 6. Like GTA 6 is going to make money for everybody and also for this entire industry. It's going to make billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars that game is going to make. But at the same time, it's like if we didn't have say, for instance, we didn't have a GTA, right? And we just have just the regular games that we've already been playing for years, the same games over and over again. And we're noticing a fall off, right? With a lot of these games, whether it's Apex, whether it's Fortnite, whether it's Call of Duty, whatever the case may be. Even Call of Duty is not even the same, but it makes billions. It makes a lot of money, right? But how could I even explain this? The fun and the creativity is no longer there. It's almost like a chore. Like, oh, okay, Call of Duty is coming out. I'm going to play it. You know what I mean? Because it's Call of Duty. So I'm going to play it. And then it's like, okay, well, that's fine. But at the same time, it's hard for you to develop a game and it's like a hit. It's hard. It's really, really hard, right? If any of us should go make a game right now, man, it would not be easy. Even if you have the idea, you still have to execute the idea, but it's still not easy to do it. Now, I want to talk about this because Microsoft, I've seen they're pushing the no console idea, right? Heavily right now. Like we just recently learned about the whole Amazon Fire Stick TV situation. Now for Prime Day, Microsoft is doing and Amazon is doing a Fire Stick TV. I think it's 1 month of Game Pass and also a controller for $78. Now, you got to ask yourself, is that worth it? That's up to you. That's up to you. Now, when it's not on sale, it's $120. Right? So you got to ask yourself, is that good enough for me? Is that enough for me to play? You got to decide that. I can't decide that for you. Right? But this is the direction that these companies are headed in, man. They're cutting costs. They're shutting down studios. I mean, they're doing anything right now to save money as much as possible, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. Even next year, I don't even know what's going to happen. A lot of these games that are currently in development right now that we don't even know about, I don't know. Only thing that we can do is try to follow up on how these games are, like, in terms of like development or if the developer has shared any type of information. But regardless of the fact, if Microsoft decides that, hey, listen, this is the direction that they're going to go moving forward with their game development, like they're going to lay off even more studios or they're going to let AI take over game development, or they're going to just get rid of the Xbox console altogether and it's just going to be cloud, which I think that will be a disaster if they do that. Because right now, cloud gaming is not even where it needs to be. On the Sony side of things, though, it is doing very well, but just not well enough to the point where it's like, okay, now we need to just not make any more consoles anymore. And I just don't see that happening. And gaming right now, it's so oversaturated with the same thing over and over and over again. Like there's literally nothing new, just the same stuff. And it's like, all we can do is either buy it or not buy it and wait for something that we are looking forward to. Like, for instance, the whole Sony Japan situation. Obviously, Mr. Toyama came out talking about, working with Sony and working with Sony Japan, and Sony have this tendency of wanting big budget games or wanting to do big budget games. And that's typically Sony. Like a lot of their first party games are big budgeted. You see what I'm saying? A lot of their single player games. I mean, these games are costing millions of dollars to make. This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is the reality. Take it how you want to take it. But this is what it boils down to at the end of the day. These games are costing billions of dollars, right? When it's all said and done. Because whether or not you are, your first upfront cost might be 300, 400 million. And then if it's a live service game, you got to keep feeding more and more into it. Keep it more interesting for people to sit there and play it. And it gets exhausting because after a while, people are just like, oh, tired of this. You know what I mean? Like, or look at the situation with Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 literally crumbled. Like, I don't even see people talking about Helldivers 2 like that anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, like, gaming is just not like what it used to be, because it's like we just getting a bunch of one-hit wonders. And then it's like it just goes under. Like, couple months, 3 months later, it's like ain't nobody talking about it no more. A month later, 2 months later, ain't nobody really talking about it. People are talking about it, but it's not peaking anymore. And you got to ask yourself, what's going on? Like what is really going on? And all it is, it's just that cash grab. It's just that cash grab. It's that get you in, get you hooked and get you in, and give me your money. Give me your $70. And then here you are sitting here playing this game. And then couple months later, maybe a couple weeks later, you're tired of the game. You know what I mean? Now you want to go to something else. And this is the risk that Sony is running right now with these live service games, right? The risk that Microsoft is running right now is pushing this no console thing, right? Because this could be a double-edged sword for Microsoft, right? Right now, the double-edged swordness of it is that, hey, they're pushing no console, but the no console required is not for everybody, right? It's just not. And they're pushing that. And they're also going to be putting more games on PlayStation 5 and on the Nintendo Switch. And that's the double-edged sword. A lot of people don't like that. But I've always said it's not something that you like. It's what's going to happen. And you're going to have to just deal with it and take it and accept it. Right? Because it's not about you and it's not about me. It's about these companies, about these corporations and what they see fit for their business. Remember, they are a business at the end of the day. They have to operate off of growth, off of data, off of what they see best for their company, not what we think is best for them, right? On the same side of things, if you look at the games that Microsoft have in development right now, it is insane, right? And I'm tired of seeing people fighting over Xbox games coming to PS5. Like, who cares what games come to PS5? Like, who cares? The most important thing is you have Game Pass, you have an Xbox, or you have whatever you have, cloud gaming, whatever console you have. The most important thing is you're actually playing games. That's it. Like, we got to stop worry about what games is going where, because it's not up to us. And I've said it, Gears is something I'm standing firm on, that it's not coming to PlayStation. I don't think Gears should come to PlayStation at all. So all this fighting and bickering I'm seeing on Twitter right now is a joke. Over a job listing? Really? A freaking joke. Because obviously that's not confirmation. And I see people run, oh, it's coming to play. It's not. It's not happening. It is not. I'll believe it when I see it. And I'm like, man, is PlayStation fans really that desperate? Are they really that desperate to the point where they're like, oh yeah, Gears PS5, Gears PS5. And most of these PlayStation fans, they don't care for Gears. You see what I'm saying? They don't. Right? Because they think Gears is just boring and not their cup of tea. Same thing with Sea of Thieves, right? Sea of Thieves was trash. And then all of a sudden now Sea of Thieves is dope, right? So it's like, bro, people just got to focus on what we got currently going on right now and worry about the rest of the stuff later on. Because at the end of the day, bro, it doesn't matter if Gears come to PS5 or not, because Microsoft still owns that. Microsoft is going to continue to use Sony to get to where they need to get the amount of money they need to make. Easy money. That's easy money for Microsoft. But all I'm saying is, I don't think Microsoft should tarnish their reputation and do that. Gears of War E-Day should be an Xbox exclusive and an Xbox exclusive only. Now, I get some of you guys will sit there and say, well, oh, Marlon, I think that it should be on PlayStation because it's a reboot. I understand that portion, that it's a reboot and everybody should be able to play it, whatever the case may be. But again, that's like Microsoft coming out and saying, oh, yeah, you should. Halo is coming. Halo is coming to PS5. No, it should not come to PS5. It should not. It should stay. It should remain an Xbox exclusive. Because here's the thing. Sony already got the upper hand. Okay, are you guys hearing me right now? Sony already got the upper hand. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you share out the stream for the consistency. They already got the upper hand on Microsoft when it comes to consoles. Why even bother being in the market to sell consoles if you're going to be putting all your mega franchises to PlayStation? Why? Why? Why beef up somebody else's platform and not your own? And you're coming out with another console 3 years from now. Or 2.5 years from now. However, how long. You're coming out with another console. Right? And what's the point of you buying an Xbox console right now? What's the point? What's the reason to buy an Xbox console right now? When Microsoft is giving you so many options right now. What's the main sit down and ask yourself that question. What's the main point of buying an Xbox console? What's the point? I'm waiting. Can't say anything. Xbox exclusives. Xbox exclusives. Why do you think a lot of people were upset when Microsoft made the announcement earlier this year? Oh, we're putting our games on PlayStation and Switch. A smaller community-driven game. We're going to start out with smaller community-driven games and maybe a couple AA games here and there. And, never rule out the idea for other games to be going to other platforms, blah, 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 blah. Right? But at the same time, what do you think incentivized people to sign up for Game Pass? I'm waiting. The exclusive stuff, right? The first party stuff, the day one stuff, right? The day one on Game Pass, right? That's it. Majority of people, that's what they care about. That's a selling point. The day one on Game Pass. The exclusive stuff. So if you're sitting here and you're saying, hey, I'm putting Halo on PlayStation, I'm putting Gears on, I get it. More money, more growth. I understand that. More gamers can play the game and enjoy the game. But there are so many other games that you can take and put it on PlayStation. Right? You can put I don't care. You can put Bethesda games on PlayStation. You can put Activision games on PlayStation. But there are just certain games like needs to be on that platform and that platform only. I mean, come on, man. Seriously. At that point, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Like Sony saying GT7 coming to Xbox.
Exactly. Exactly. Can't be the only one that feels this way. I can't be the only one. I've seen people fighting over. Listen how ridiculous this sounds. Hold on to your seat, boys, because we're going to the sun with this one. Hear me and hear me. Get your solar glasses ready, okay? Listen to me. People are losing their freaking minds about Gears of War E-Day a job listing. They're hiring. The coalition is hiring right now for a specific position. And in the job requirement, it said you must know Xbox Live and PSN. And then automatically, oh, it's coming to PS5. What? Wait. Hold on. Don't you ever thought to think well, they're referring to experience? Like they're referring to you having the experience that they're looking for. The more the merrier. Like I'm not even going to talk about the basics of job hiring and stuff like that. The more skills you have, the better it is for you to get the job that you are going to be working and doing. That's it. The more skills, the more experience, the better. Oh, yeah, I used to work for PlayStation. Oh, I used to work on, the PlayStation Network. Oh, that's wonderful. Right? Oh, I used to work on Xbox Live as well, too. Oh. More than qualified for working with us with this game, because we want you to have that understanding of what we are going to be doing here and what we're developing. So the more you understand and the more qualifications you have, the better it is for you to get the job. So you can do the job right. But sitting there, Gears, I see all these headlines. Oh, Gears. It's Microsoft's fault, though. It's Microsoft's fault. Because it's like they're the ones that started that narrative. If Microsoft didn't come out and say, hey, we got 4 games that we're bringing to other platforms, this would have never been a thing. People would have seen PSN listed in the job listing and just say, another day at the office. No problem, right? Nobody would ever thought, Gears E-Day is coming to PlayStation now. No, it's not. It's not. Get Gears, get Halo, get Forza out of your mind. It's not happening. Any other Bethesda Activision game, I can see. Maybe Hellblade, I can see. But Gears, Forza, and Halo and Fable, those games need to remain Xbox, because you need to give the consumer a reason to buy an Xbox console. Now, granted, whether it comes to PlayStation or not, you're going to have some people who are console loyalists. That's what I'm going to call them. Console loyalists. To the point where they're going to buy whatever console it is. Doesn't matter if it's on PlayStation. Doesn't matter if it's on Switch. Doesn't matter if it's on PC. They're going to buy that console because they're just a fan of that console, regardless of the matter. Okay, we understand that there's exceptions to the rule, but at the same time, no. That's like Sony saying, you know what? We're going to bring God of War. Listen how crazy that sounds. We're going to bring God of War because we hurting so bad. We're going to bring God of War. We're going to bring Horizon. We're going to bring Gran Turismo. Right? We're going to bring Uncharted. We're going to bring Spider-Man. Listen how ridiculous that sounds. Those are core games. Those are like the heart and soul of what made PlayStation in the first place. There's no need for you to do that. Now, crap like Lego Horizon and stuff like that, yeah, whatever. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing I see Microsoft doing. Like all this Bethesda stuff, like Doom coming to PS5, that does not surprise me. What will surprise me is if Gears comes to PlayStation 5. Now that is going to eclipse. Now that, my friend, is going to part the sea like the Red freaking Sea. Because that is like, whoa, 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 whoa. So once you open up Pandora's box and saying, oh, I'm putting Gears on PS5, then Halo is going to come. Forza is going to come. Fable is going to come. Nah, man, nah. We gotta let that stuff go. Same thing with PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't have the money that Microsoft got, right? And Sony is trying to find different ways to maximize money. Why do you think we got all these live service games? You think they're just doing live service games just to do live service games? That's another stream of revenue. Hello? Another stream of revenue. So therefore, what Microsoft is doing, Sony can't do it because it's going to make Sony go under. It's going to make Sony go bankrupt if they do it. So Sony is going to keep their games where their games are at. That's why I tell people, I see people saying, oh yeah, well, watch, Marlon, watch. Horizon is going to come to Xbox. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can sit there all you want and think you must not know Sony. You must not know Sony. Horizon is not coming. Spider-Man not coming to Xbox. It's just not happening. Those heart and soul games, those games that made PlayStation, it's not happening. Go buy a PlayStation if you want to play those games. Simple as that. And from both companies, I'm going to say this. From both companies, they have a lot of work to do. The work don't stop. Because now you're going to have to really make sure that you are optimizing these games and making sure that you are utilizing the hardware more and more as time progresses. Because technology is not going to wait on you. These engines are forever evolving into bigger and better things. More lighting, more reflections, more demanding ray tracing. Look, the 50 series cards is about to drop. I think was Sonic or something like that leaked out the power, the TDP for one of the 50. I think it's the 5090. I don't even remember. Like, the technology is evolving right now, and every single day, like, we're moving forward. And so these consoles need to move forward too as well. And it needs to be something where we can all look at and say, okay, yes, I can see what Sony is doing. I can see what Microsoft is doing. Because Unreal Engine 5, baby, it's only going to get higher from here. Games are going to even get even more demanding from here on out. So regardless of where the game goes, the quality needs to be there as well to represent that game. And Gears E-Day, I don't want to play that on PlayStation. I don't. I want to play it on Xbox. It just don't feel right. It just don't feel. That's gonna be, man. They always say never. You never know what's gonna happen with these companies and what the decisions they're gonna make. But it's not going to feel right. Those of you who are talking about Gears E-Day coming to PlayStation 5, it's not going to feel right. It's just not. That's like me putting a truck engine into a car. What? Nah, I'm good. Nah, I don't give a doggone how much more powerful it is. Nope. Just ain't going to feel right. The chassis can't support all that doggone weight from that engine. So the car's just going to snap in half. Nah, I don't want that. I don't want Gears on PS5. I don't want Gears on PlayStation. I don't. Because I grew up playing Halo, Gears, Forza on the platform that it started on. Now, let me just say this. I think Microsoft is going to continue to buy. And the more they buy, the more they're going to port games. It's just another way of revenue for them. We don't have to like it. We just got to accept it. We got to accept the reality that Microsoft is going to continue to do that. And there's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing we can do about it. Who's next? Who's next? After they sort out everything that they got going on legally right now with this ABK deal, who is next? Game Pass is going to continue to rise. Whether you like it, yes or no, it will continue to increase. And we are hoping that this huge technical leap that Sarah Bond has been talking about, I'm literally hoping that we can see Xbox first party games take that huge technical leap as well. This is not a joke. This is not a game. Because I am tired of the laziness and the lackluster and what's crushing the industry right now. You want to know what's crushing the industry right now? Creativity. Creativity is what's melting the industry right now. Because these developers, they suck at creativity. They can't create something new and exciting and keep people engaged and locked in. It's sickening at this point. Like, there's no creativity. It's the same stuff over and over and over. Same rinse every generation. Same rinse and repeat. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Same thing. And it's like, bro, where do we end? Where do we draw the line? Are we running out of ideas? Are we running out of being creative? Bro, that's why I said you keep going back to the nostalgia. Like today, I put out a tweet. And it's funny because I look at the comments, man. I look at the comments on my videos, right? Some of them are good, some of them are bad, right? And I look at the comment today. I put out a tweet today and I said, man, if that's one thing I can say about Xbox, is that they are bringing the nostalgia spirit like never before this entire generation. I said Sony needs to step it up with their PS5 UI. What was I tweeting about? What was I talking about? I'll tell you, the Xbox 360 blades are now on Xbox Series consoles. That is nostalgia at an all-time high. We were just talking about 360 and PS3, 360 and PS3. And for the PS5, we still don't have any nostalgia of PS3, PS2, or PS1 when it comes to booting up our PS5s. I mean, Sony, they did a great job during the PS3 and PS4 generation with the actual dashboard or the UI. Especially with the PS4, with all those dynamic backgrounds and things of that. Microsoft just seems to be the one that is just highlighting those things for a lot of people. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, it just brings me back to the Xbox 360. It brings me back. And it's like, we were just talking yesterday about, Sony remastering and remaking some of these games that we've been asking for, that we've been hoping for. And it's just not going to happen. Sony is going to do what they're going to do. And they're going and every single day I have to accept that reality. Like Killzone and all these games could very well just never be coming back. And it's sad to say it because we're going to keep on getting all these games that we've been getting this entire generation. We're going to get more Suicide Squad games. Y'all think this is a joke. This is the reality. We're going to get more and more and more and more of Concord. We're going to keep on getting more and more Call of Duty. We're going to get more and more Fortnite, more and more Apex. the same games over and over again. Maybe every 5, maybe 10 years, we're probably going to get something that we've never seen before. GTA 6 is supposed to be doing that for us. But we got to wait until 2025 to see. This is serious, guys. This is serious. This is not a joke. Gaming is at an all-time low right now. It's at an all-time low. It's not like what it used to be. And it's like we're slowly drifting away from what makes gaming great and fun and different. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really fun. And it's crazy because you can count on your hands the games that we have gotten this entire generation that makes us feel like the old days, or makes it, or bring back some kind of memories, or whatever the case may. It's just the same stuff over and over again. And the prices are not going to go down. I don't even know if y'all realize that. The prices are not going to go down. The prices are going to go up. What are y'all going to do when games go up $10, $15, $20 standard? I'm not talking about collector's editions and season passes like what Ubisoft and EA and all these other companies are doing. I'm talking about across the board. What are y'all going to do then? When games get up to $80, $79.99, $99.90, what are y'all going to do then? With the output of games that we're getting right now. Some of y'all are sitting in this stream right now, not impressed with what you have gotten this entire generation. If you're not impressed with what we're getting this entire generation so far, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because it's only going to get worse before it actually gets better. Like PS6 and all this, all that and that, I'll believe it when I see it. Now, like I said, we have studios that we know of that can crank out games that can blow us all away, right? In terms of our minds and our hearts. But there's not a lot of those studios out there. There's not a lot of those studios out there at all. Period. You know, let me say this. Y'all think this is a joke. I saw on Twitter, this is why I stay off of Twitter, because it's toxic. I saw on Twitter today, another studio is going to get shut down by Sony. What is that studio, you may ask? Firewalk. Firewalk. Now, everybody have their own opinion, and you like what you like, so you play what you play. So right now, people have it to say that, yeah, I just don't think Firewalk is going to be around for too long. Look at the closed beta numbers, Marlon, on PC. I'm pretty sure people on PS5 are playing it, but probably more than likely the reason why Sony opened it up to PlayStation Plus owners is because of low pre-order numbers. That's what some people are saying right now. And they think Firewalk is going to be next on the chopping block because they can't produce greatness. So let me ask y'all this. You got to ask yourselves this. What is it that's causing this? What really is it that's causing these studios to get shut down? Is it the games that they're making? Is it the fact that we're not buying the games enough? Or just, I don't know, complete misdirection? I think it's a mixture of all. I think it's a mix, and not listening to the fans. Let's throw that into the gumbo as well. I think it's a mixture of all of that. if Concord fails, it's not just because of us. It's not just us. It's the studio and Sony. Majority of that weight is on both of them, Sony and Firewalk. It's not on the gamers. The gamers are just here to play. Simple math, simple equation. They're just here to play. That's it. And if you don't give people what they want or what they're looking for, they're not going to buy it. They're not going to play it. So all these studios getting shut down, it's sad. But the reality is, what have you been producing? It's just like me as a content creator, bro. Like, the pressure is on me. People don't understand. I see people making comments recently saying, "Oh, I saw this one comment. It just stood out to me like a sore thumb. Oh, you're wasting your time, brother. You got 52,000 subscribers. You wasting your time." And I'm just like, I just laugh at that because little do you know, right? Little do you know. The channel got started 10 years ago. And I started doing this channel 4 years ago, full time. The other 6.5 years, I had 3 or 4 jobs and still doing YouTube. But I couldn't do YouTube like I'm doing it now. So out of those 10 years, 4 years. And I've made more money. I've made more money than I've ever made at any job that I've ever worked in my entire life. When I made the decision, just like Jim Ryan and all these people at Sony made the decision to cut off all these studios. When I made the exact decision to say, got in a car accident, ruined my freaking spine. Now I can't lift boxes anymore. Now I can't do anything physical anymore. And I say, you know what? I've been doing YouTube for a while now. You know what? I'm just gonna give it a shot. This was 4 years ago. I'm gonna give it a shot and see if I can do this full time. I already have the core audience. I'm gonna see what I got. And it wasn't a mistake, right? And if I was not being consistent and keep the content flowing, I wouldn't have made it this far. It's the same thing with Sony right now. Sony, the pressure is on Sony right now because a lot of people are looking at Concord, and while I find the game fun, it's not fun for some people, right? A lot of people, because I've seen almost majority of people I'm seeing right now on social media are talking down on the game. Like they don't like the game. So the pressure is on right now. Okay, I didn't like Concord. What is next? What do you have next? It's just like me as a content creator. What do you have next? Because people get tired of the same thing. And then people get mad at you for trying new things. So which one is it? Which one is it? Do you want new content? Do you want new games? Or you want the same rinse and repeat? Which one is it? You got to decide that, man. You got to decide that too. The blame can't just be on Sony. You got to decide that for yourself too. Why you keep buying these games that are the same thing over and over again? You know from jump that you don't like it. Why buy it? Same thing with a content creator like myself. Why subscribe? Why subscribe? And come in with your bullcrap comments about, you this and you that. You think it's easy? It's that easy? I know it ain't easy to develop a game, and I know it ain't easy to be a content creator full time. It definitely ain't. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And you have to keep being relevant. You see what I'm saying? You have to think outside the box. Okay, what am I going to do today? When it's slow, when this happened, when that happened, like plan B, C, D, E, F, G. You got to have all different, same thing with Sony. It's the same thing. It's not rocket science. What are they going to do? They have 10, 11, 12 live service games. And if y'all, if the majority right now are behaving the way they're behaving and just like, nope, don't like this game, don't like that game. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. All right, Fair Havens. Is it Fair Games? Not Fair Haven. Fair Games. Right, from Haven Studios. How's that game gonna be? We don't know. We don't know what Fair Games is gonna be. We don't know. Marathon. We don't know. If y'all acting this way about Concord right now, and there's so much negativity around this game right now, what's going to happen to those games? There are so many more live service games that Sony is going to come out with. The single player stuff, we're going to get that. That's a safe bet. So what can Sony do better right now? What can Sony do better right now to improve the numbers, right? To continue to push forward. What are they going to do besides just selling consoles? What can they do better? Same thing with me. What can I do better? Because it seems like some people know it all. And they have figured they have struck goal in life and they have figured it out. Good for you if you figured it out. Some people still trying to figure it out. So what I'm saying is, how can Sony figure it out right now? I'll tell you real easy. They have to pay attention to what players are saying. It's as simple as that. Just like with a content creator. It's the same thing. I'll say this. There are going to be more and more decisions that are going to be made that y'all are not going to agree with, that you're not going to like, but it is what it is. The biggest thing right now is that we have a lot of people defending these companies. That's the biggest problem. And they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Like, I care more about you guys than Sony and Microsoft does. Facts. All facts. They don't care. So there are going to be more and more decisions. I'm going to leave it right there. I ain't saying nothing. More and more decisions that are going to be made that y'all ain't going to like. But guess what? You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Because if you are going to be sitting here defending Microsoft or defending Sony to the end, you don't have a choice. Because now you're going to have to deal with it. You don't have one. Because you just want to be just locked in on Sony or locked in on Microsoft to the point where you don't see what's going on. And the ugly truth is, man, and I've realized it, man, is Microsoft is going to fight to stay in the software space. That's how they're going to compete with Sony. Software. That's how. They're not going to compete in the hardware space. That's over. Well, Marlon, what about the next Xbox? What about the next Xbox? What about the next Xbox? What about it? Oh, I guess you're saying, well, they're going to compete with Sony. No, they can't touch Sony. They can't. I mean, we don't need an encyclopedia to tell us this. We don't need the Webster Dictionary to define this for us. Gaming is changing, guys. It sucks. But Microsoft is going to be lighthearted. Let me highlight this for you guys right now. Microsoft will be lighthearted when it comes to Xbox consoles. Lighthearted. Software is where the energy is going to be at. Oh, they're going to give Sony a run for their money with their software. Look at that Xbox showcase. And don't get it twisted. Microsoft will become even more powerful and will become the biggest third-party publisher in the game. Because that's what they want to be. Microsoft has relaxed their muscles. They're not fighting anymore. They don't have any more fight left. Right now, Microsoft is just like, okay, we're going to find a way to win. And the way that we win is we buy. I don't agree with it, but that's the direction, baby. That's the direction.
The only way Sony will understand is when they fail. The way I hold these platforms accountable is with my wallet. End of story. Bring back legacy.
You hear that? Thank you for the super chat. You hear that? Bring back legacy. Look at this here. Look at this here. I want to show you guys something right here. All right. Y'all think this is a joke. All right. Let me show you. You talk about bring back legacy. That is something that I've said all this time. Now look at this. Let me pull this up on screen so y'all can see what the heck is going on. Hit that like button for me and share the stream out. All right. This is not a joke. Look at this. All right. Share article. Oh, no. Okay. Let me pull this here. Bam. Look at that. There we go. What is this here? Look at that. What does that scream to you? My point exactly. Nostalgia, legacy. This is, you see how long it's taken Sony to do something like this? How is it hard for you to do something like this? You know, it would have been dope for us to have something like this with the PS5. Like, let's say we boot it up and we see the PS3 in the background. The what do you call that thing again? What you call not the XMB, but it's the wave in the background. I'm just gonna say wave. It's probably not the way to describe it, but you boot up your PS5 and you see the wave, the water wave going up and down like PS3. How hard is it for us to have that? You know, it's already bad enough we don't have nostalgia. Microsoft is doing it. That's the blades. That's the 360 blades right in front of your face. That's nostalgia. And it's taken Sony years to implement something like this. Microsoft is the first one to sit here and incorporate nostalgia in a very special way. This is crazy. Backwards compatibility. People are talking about legacy IPs and all this and that and everything. Like, this is it right here. This is it right here, man. You know what I mean? But you're going to have some people that's going to sit here and try to defend all this stuff. Like, ain't no defending this. There's no defending this. This should have been since day one, or at least from 2 years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, that's why I give Microsoft their flowers, bro. They at least trying. You know what I mean? Like, this is a whole different Microsoft now. Like, they've waken up and realized, listen, we can't go toe to toe. He said, Marlon, you're too old to be complaining about features like this. Oh, man. That's my thing that I'm going to start doing now. It don't make sense getting mad and cussing and all that. It's not worth it. It's not. I'm just gonna laugh now. I'm just gonna laugh because comments like that is the reason why we're not getting what we're getting. What does my age and how old I am have to do with the fact that majority of the PlayStation fan base have been demanding for years that Sony adds dynamic backgrounds, dynamic themes? My age, oh, you're just too old to be complaining about. You know what? God bless you. That's all I can say. I'm just going to laugh it off because, you know, that's the problem that we're having in gaming right now. You know, there's some things in my mind I want to say, but I'm not going to say it because people are just way too dramatic nowadays, you know, and way too shocked because they think that you're a robot or something and you're not a human being and you don't have feelings. So I'm gonna just hold my tongue on this one. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna laugh it off because it's funny to me. Because you know what? This is the reason why Sony will continue to do what they do. Some of you guys are gonna sit there and defend Sony. I don't care. Defend Sony all you want. But the truth is the truth. And I will forever put my foot down. And Sony, they know me. They know me already. And that does not stop anything between me and Sony because they know who I am. And I'm not going to kiss up or sugarcoat or be no yes boy. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't care. Because at the end of the day, the people who genuinely want features for the PS5 that is lacking right now, yeah, I guess everybody is too old, right? People are asking for legacy games. Oh, yeah. We're just too old to be complaining about legacy games. And we're also too old for something that was on the PlayStation 4 that we were expecting for the PlayStation 5. We're just too old. You see how long it took Sony to incorporate Discord when Microsoft had already did it? You see how long it's taken Sony to incorporate dynamic themes, dynamic background? It adds to the freaking user experience. So I guess everybody is just too old. I don't even think people think about what they say before they say it, man. But you know, one of my biggest problems since I've been doing this is being worried about what people have to say. That's one of my biggest problems. And it always brings out the worst in me. It always does. It always brings back the old version of me. It always does. Because I'm so worried and fixated on what people have to say. When the reality is the evidence is there. Right? You're getting the same thing about the games that we're getting right now. You guys sit there, you look at Concord, you say it's trash. I guess we're too old, right? We're too old for not liking Concord. At least those of you who don't like it. You're too old. Because you're complaining. If you don't like something, you're too old. That's a new one right there that you're just too old, man. Why are you complaining about Concord being like Destiny and over? You're too old for that. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. I like the game. I thought the game was fun once you pick a character that you like. Yeah, the maps are boring. Yeah, the freaking weapons are not balanced. Some of the weapons ain't even good. Some of the characters ain't even freaking good. You see what I'm saying? The way how you progress in the game is not even all the way good. Like there are issues with Concord, but it's not the worst game I've played. But I guess I'm just too old. You know the amount of hate? I'm going to say this, and I don't care. I don't give a damn. You know, the amount of hate that I've been getting on this channel as of late is ridiculous. But you know what? It's obviously because I'm doing something right. It's obviously because I'm doing something right. Because if I wasn't doing something right, there wouldn't be so much hate. Because people are always going to have something to say about how you feel about something or how you should think or how you should be. And the reality is Microsoft, I give them their flowers. I'm one of those type of people. I'm a gamer at the end of the day. I don't have time for console war. I don't have time for the negativity, bro. I give Microsoft their flowers because at the beginning of this generation, they have been giving us nostalgia. Nostalgia. That was one of the biggest things that I've heard PlayStation fans ask for. Nostalgia. Legacy games. I can almost do a poll right now, and I can almost read the room right now that a lot of you dudes are going to max out the poll on legacy games. But I'm guessing we're too old to demand in Sony to bring back Killzone, bring back Resistance, bring back SOCOM, bring back Warhawk, bring back MotorStorm, bring back Siphon Filter, bring back Jack and Daxter. We're too old. Bring back Sly Cooper. We're too old. We're too old. Yeah, this is why things will continue to be the way they are. Because you have some people that will sit there and brush it under the rug. It's okay. Nah, you complaining too much. Which you have a right to complain because you're spending your money. Those people are not helping you in any way. They're not digging into your pockets and coming up with the money for you. You got to do it yourself. So you have a right to complain. You bought the console. You have a right to demand what you want. Age ain't got a darn thing to do with it. It's up to you to decide. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Microsoft is taking your money every month. Sony is taking your money every month. Nintendo is taking your money every month if you have their memberships, their online services. You got to pay for that. That's not free. And every single day you turn on man, I can't tell you when I turn on my Series S, It's so rewarding. That's one of the things I loved about the series consoles. When Microsoft introduced the dynamic themes, I love that. The fact that I can go into something as simple as that. Because as a console gamer, you spend a lot of time on the UI. Going between the PlayStation Store, going back from the PlayStation Store to PlayStation Plus, going from PlayStation Plus to installing a game, waiting for a game to install. It would be nice. It's just aesthetics, but it would be nice. Why you think you see other bigger YouTubers, big content, small content creators talking about this? Like Sony, you need to bring this back. Since from 4 years ago, and they're still talking about it. What do we have right now in terms of some kind of dynamic background? Well, what is it? Some kind of, I forgot what it's called. Widget UI. That's it. That's all we have. And that's not even like how it was with PS3 and also with PS4. I guess it don't really matter. Just like the same thing with these live service games. Nah, we too old. We need to stop complaining. Yeah, we too old for that. We need to stop complaining and just go with the flow. Don't give Sony no feedback. It's okay. They don't need the feedback. We're too old for that. Hey, just reaching out to see if you enjoyed Concord. Oh, it's great. Oh, really? Yeah, it's wonderful. It's 10 out of 10. It's great. Y'all did a great job on that game. Yeah, wonderfully great. Oh, okay, all right. We're happy to hear that. We're thrilled. Thank you. All right, stay. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned. Nah. But if you say, "Oh no, the game wasn't that great," or the game was good, but here are some areas where I feel like you need to improve it. No, you're complaining too much. You're too old for that. You need to stop complaining. Funny, man. Funny. This is why gaming is going to be the way it continues to be, because you're going to have people on the defense force. You're going to have the Sony secret agents, or not secret agents. Let me clarify this again. Let me spell it out again. The Sony Secret Service. The people who are on the Sony Secret Service and the people who are on, you hear it right here first, the people who are on the Xbox Secret Service, the people who are on Microsoft and Sony's payroll for security. You know who you are. The defenders will defend Sony at any cost for free. It's a free payroll. So defend them all you want. You guys know who you are. Okay? Yeah. The Secret Service. The guys in the black suits with the white tux and the tie. You know who you are. And with the MIB glasses, you know who you are. With the high top fade, you know who you are, baby. You know who you are. With the Rolex watch, you know who you are. Yeah, defend Sony all you want. I tell you one thing. Eventually, you're going to quit that Secret Service job of defending Sony. Sooner or later. And then we'll see how old you are by then. Sad, man. Sad. All right. Now, I want to highlight something else, because I thought to myself that, you know, this is the direction that, you know, this is the direction that Sony, not Sony, Microsoft is going. Now, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, but this is what they're doing right now. And when I saw this, I said, wow, this is cool. This is cool.
Yo, Marlon, I just got in. What Xbox exclusive is coming to PS5?
See that big question mark on there? Gears of War. Gears of War E-Day. Allegedly. We're going to say allegedly.
The ones today who were not there during the previous generation, I feel bad. Look at Sega. They're releasing all their legacy titles with a fresh new coat of paint. Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Shinobi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marlon, time to talk that Jamaican patois, my bro.
It ain't even worth it, my brother. Look at this right here. You see that? Look on the screen. This is the direction that Microsoft is going, bro. This is it. This is it. So for the Xbox Secret Service, this is it, man. This is it. It's either you like it or you don't like it. But this is it right here. Okay? This is it on Prime Day. This is it. You get a controller. Microsoft is serious about this, y'all. This is the future for Microsoft. This is why I said Microsoft is lighthearted with this stuff. They lighthearted in the console space right now. So there you go. You can say you're too old for saying all this, but that's what's happening. Microsoft is pushing this, bro. They're pushing this. No console required. Here goes a blue controller. And here goes 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate along with your Fire Stick. This is the direction that we are taking ourselves to right now. We are slowly drifting away from the console. This is it. $78, $80 get you all this. Some people I've seen on Twitter, oh man, this is an insane deal. While some people look at this and be like, well, Marlon, this is a joke. This is literally a joke. Well, listen, for those people who cannot afford a console, this is clearly for you. But be very warned that this is not going to be the best quality, or this is not going to be the best experience that you're going to have playing Microsoft games on a Fire Stick. It's just not going to be the best experience. All right? Nothing beats playing it on a console. But if your finances will not allow you to facilitate a console, then this is for you. And that's one of the things I love about Microsoft is the fact that they're giving you options. You see what I'm saying? They're giving you options. And you can't go wrong with options because there you go. You never know somebody's financial situation. Not everybody can afford $500. Not everybody can afford to buy a console for $300. No, not everyone. And this is beautiful that they're doing this, but also be warned that the quality might not be the best. And you know what? That's okay for a lot of people. Yeah, Marlon, this is a sweet deal. $80? This is a sweet deal, baby. I'm all over this like water on rice. I hear you. Because look at this, right? You have so many, look at this. You have so many different controllers that you can choose from. Look at this. That's currently unavailable. Are you seeing this right now? So people are actually buying this. So why you are saying, oh, this is garbage, ain't nobody buying this? Look, sold out. So I think they just started this bundle for Prime Day, and it's already, people are buying this stuff. See, so the more you go up on a different color controller, it may or may not be in stock. So consoles are phasing out, guys. If this is not a clear indication, look at this, $89. $89. I cannot believe that I'm alive to see console gaming drifting away and going more to the cloud. This is what's happening, guys. The inevitable is happening. And Microsoft is at the forefront. Who knows if Sony's going to go this route in the future? We don't know. But Microsoft wants a head start. And that's the thing about Microsoft is that they want to be first. You see what I'm saying? Like they're already ahead of the game when it comes to cloud gaming. They just have to beef up their servers and bump up the quality. But look at this. Look at all these different controllers. Look at that. Currently, look at this ugly Vapor controller. Look at that. That's the ugliest controller I've ever seen. Sold out. The Dream Vapor controller. I remember when Microsoft showed off this controller. Sold out. Are y'all seeing this? The ugliest freaking controller I've ever seen. And it's gone. Look at that. Gone. So people are buying this because it's cheap. It's affordable. Right? And they can get into Microsoft's ecosystem. Not only they can get into Microsoft's ecosystem, but they can also use this as a way to, get into watching TV.
Marlon, why don't Microsoft go full third party? They're heading that way anyway.
Nah, because they want their cake and eat it too. They want to still be in the console space, bro. They still want to get as much people to buy their consoles as much as possible. They're trying to Microsoft is an octopus. They're trying to put their hand into everything. They literally trying to put their hand into everything. They got 8 different hands everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Microsoft is trying to maximize every single market that they're currently in right now. This is one of them. You know how many people that are buying Fire Sticks right now? When they heard this announcement, I can only imagine, because you can't make this up. A lot of this stuff is sold. Look at this lime green controller. Oh, that's in stock. Okay, let's take a look at another controller. Look at this one here. $113 for this camo controller. $113. So it matters on. See, this one here is $130. People are buying this stuff, y'all. People are actually buying this, especially with Prime. So Microsoft is smart. They're smart right now because they're like, you know what? We're giving gamers look at this red controller. This is the same red controller that I have. Where's my red controller at? Where's the red controller that? Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. Look. The same red controller. Look at this. Same red controller. This is it right here. Sold out. The same red controller I bought months ago. And this controller by itself was, I think, $64 or something like that. I paid $64 for this controller. And it's sold out. So people are buying this stuff, which tells me and which sends a message to Microsoft that, we're in a step in the right direction. We're doing something right. Bro, Amazon has over 260 something million subscribers on Amazon Prime. They have over 260 million subscribers. Right? That was a smart business move on Microsoft's behalf. Because this could potentially reach into homes that couldn't really afford an Xbox before, regardless of quality, regardless of how the Xbox, hardcore fan base may think. This is the direction of Microsoft, guys. We have to accept the reality. Who knows what's going to happen 10 years from now? You might be looking at this right now and saying, this is garbage. You know why you're saying this is garbage? Because you can afford a console, you have a console, and you think, well, the quality is horrible. I'm not doing that. But think about the future, 10, 15 years, 20 years from now. This is what console gaming is going to boil down to. It's going to boil down to one single device that can do it all. TV, games, whatever, movies, whatever the case may be, TV shows, whatever. This is exactly what Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is sneaky, y'all. Because think about what I'm saying. Remember at the beginning of the Xbox One generation, some of y'all call yourselves hardcore Xbox fans. Well, hear me and hear me loudly and hear me clearly right now. Remember at the beginning of the Xbox One generation, how Microsoft was trying to do this set-top box situation, all in one entertainment box? This is exactly what this reminds me of. Excluding the console. Think about the amount of things you can do with a Fire Stick. I mean, a Fire Stick is literally a TV. That thing weighs half a pound, couple ounces. You can drop it in your backpack. You can drop it in your pocket. You can fly wherever you want to fly to. You can drive wherever you want to drive. Less weight to carry around. And a controller that probably weighs maybe a pound, half a pound, whatever. This is what it boils down to right now. You don't have to agree with it, but this is the direction that Microsoft is going to go. That's why I say you can't knock Microsoft for having options, man, because they're still making consoles. Even though Microsoft is not as aggressive in the console market anymore, they're still going to be making consoles for you console warriors out there who want the best of the best in terms of quality and the best way to play, right? Whether that's on a PC or that's on a console. But for those of you who are less serious,
Microsoft needs the consoles to bring the software and build a library for all platforms.
But that's the thing, though. That's why that's the thing, L. That's why they're still going to remain in the console market. Because hold on. Hear what I'm saying right now. Hear what I'm saying. Hey, FaZe, what's up, man? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Hear what I'm saying, though. You can buy an Ethernet adapter, right, for this thing. Apparently, you can buy an Ethernet adapter for this thing, and the quality will be better, right? It's still not going to be 4K, but the quality will be better. You will have less latency and things of that nature because direct internet connection is better than Wi-Fi, right? We all know this already. But even at that, a lot of people just don't like cloud gaming. They don't like cloud gaming. But at the same time, the option is there. What if Sony does this? Some of you guys would lose your minds. Worse than you're losing your mind right now. This is not for you. This is not for you. So don't make it for you when it's not for you. If Sony goes this direction right now, a lot of you dudes will lose your freaking minds. It's not up to us. It's up to Sony. It's Sony's job to do something like this. And eventually, I do believe that 10 years, 15 years from now, this is going to be the standard. A device like this is going to be the standard moving forward. So some of y'all are talking this and talking that right now. Wait till 10, 15 years from now. And you're going to see something different. You're going to say something completely different because this is the direction that we're heading in right now. I don't like it. And I know a lot of y'all don't like it because I'm old school. I like to have a console. But this is the way of the future. Game Pass, that's the future. You can say it's not sustainable or it's not profitable or whatever you want to say. But Microsoft have enough faith in Game Pass to where they're going to keep on feeding Game Pass and keep on making Game Pass a thing. Even when it gets to $30 a pop, even when it gets to $30 per membership, there's going to be that crowd that is going to buy it at $30 a month because some people can't afford that. If that's too much for you, then it's too much for you and you're going to have to buy your games. I do believe that Game Pass is going to be $30 one day. Y'all laughing. Some of y'all think this is a joke. Some of y'all don't want to hear this. The same way how I predicted Game Pass to be $20 a long time ago, I said it's coming. $20. I said, would you guys pay $20 for Game Pass? A lot of you guys freaked out and said, heck no, that's too much. Here we are. Years later, here we are. This is the reality, y'all. $30 is going to be creeping up on us real soon. Real soon. The more Microsoft acquires and keep on buying is the more the price is going to go up. And if you're sitting here saying, well, Marlon, $30 is too much. Well, by the time Game Pass gets to $30, video game prices are going to go up maybe 2 times before then. What are you going to do? What can you do? You're just going to have to adapt. That's all you can do. Adapt. That's all you can do because this is the way of the future. Sony, look at this, man. Hear me loudly and hear me very clearly right now. Sony is making decisions right now that a lot of people don't agree with. Remember when Sony said, hey, we're going to be putting our games on PC? A lot of people was pissed off. What? You putting your games on PC? Nah, man. Nah, I'm done with Sony. And a lot of those people that saying that they're done with Sony is still with Sony right now. They're still following Sony. They're still supporting Sony. When Sony made the announcement, Spider-Man is coming to PC. Oh, I'm throwing my PS4 out. Lies for clicks and for views. Lies. So the same thing what Microsoft is doing right now. They're going, you know what? I would not be surprised if they strike a deal with Comcast. Hey, Comcast, listen, we're going to strike a deal with y'all. AT&T, we're going to strike a deal with y'all. Every internet that you sell, we want our Xbox app to be incorporated some way or somehow. We want Game Pass to be incorporated some way, somehow. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Every major, big, multi-trillion-dollar company you can think of, Microsoft is going to be targeting them next. They want to interject Xbox everywhere. And hey, man, you know what? While I don't agree with, a lot of the decisions that Microsoft has made this entire generation, I do agree with them giving gamers more options. Because when we all play, we all win. Period. End of story. Every screen is an Xbox. I like that. I like that business model. I do. Because if I was Microsoft, I'm in business to make money. But the difference that I would do from what Microsoft is doing right now, I would be sticking to making the best games that I can make. I wouldn't be buying. I would keep my Xbox studios that I currently do have and build up on those studios and fund those studios and give them all the resources that they need. I'm just saying, if I was the head of Xbox, that's what I would do. I would fund all the studios that we currently do have in-house. And I will make sure that all those studios are creating the best games that they can possibly make, or the best games that technology has to offer, and making sure that developers are fully utilizing the hardware that they're given. Facts. All facts. You can take it to the bank and you can cash it. That's what I would do if I was running Microsoft. Period. End of story. And I would still expand Xbox. I would still do it because it's more recognition. It's more money and it's more recognition. As long as I am staying true to the core of what makes Xbox Xbox, it doesn't matter where Xbox goes. It could be on your toilet for all I care. As long as you're getting the games that you want to play, you should not be sitting here crying a river about stuff like this on the screen right now. You should not be, because you are already winning with Microsoft delivering the goods on what you want. Same thing with Sony. You bought the box for $500, right? So you're expecting Sony to drop them exclusive games that you want so that you can be happy. Period. End of story. So, yeah. I'm just saying, guys, you don't have to agree with every single thing that Microsoft is doing. I'm not saying for you to. But at the end of the day, guys, that's the future. That is the future. That Amazon Prime bundle, that controller, Xbox One Ultimate, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, Fire Stick, that is the future. You don't have to like it. Now, I'm going to say this real quick. Let's talk about these Sony big budget games. Now, this is crazy because this is a situation where I've said this before, and Sean Layton have talked about it. You know how these games are just a lot of money to make, like they're costing a lot of money to make and stuff. And it's just even more, it's only going to get worse with time and with inflation and everything that's going on. These games are going to cost even more money. The problem is with these high price games, nothing new under the sun. Lacking creativity. So we have Mr. Toyama. He was talking about, the situation that was going on with Sony Japan, right? And, the crazy part about it is he said in an interview that, Sony, they just wanted to make big budget games, right? They just wanted to make big budget games. And that's completely fine, but he had a whole different goal. He said, quote, "My motive was always to create original games. I feel I can do this without a massive budget." So he's saying, like, I don't need a massive budget to create original games. That's why I love guys like this, because that's what the industry is lacking. Hello, that's what the industry is lacking right now. Originality. There's not a lot of original games, and he's living proof, and so many other developers, that you don't need a big budget to create something original, to create something fresh. That's why the industry is so stagnant right now, because everybody is doing the same thing and rinsing and repeating the same thing. There's no originality. None. Everything is copying something else. Verbatim copying and pasting. Almost same assets at that point. It's crazy. So he said he don't need to create something original with where he can do it without a big budget. This allows me to express myself as well by going independent. Independent is always the best way. This has allowed me to do that. From my time at Sony, I feel like I'm accomplishing what I want to do. Toyama continues. So listen, man, the whole Sony Japan situation, I mean, it's sad. I think some of them kind of went to XDev, and then some of them went to, like, I think Team Asobi or something like that. They split up the team, and I guess they weren't producing enough. So, you know, they shut the studio down. And this is what happens, bro. Siren, I don't think Siren is coming back. I don't think Siren is ever gonna be coming back. But I don't know, man. Gravity Rush, all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But speaking to VGC in a new interview, Toyama, who departed PlayStation Japan studio in 2020, reflected on what Sony wanted from the studio itself. This is what Sony wanted. With Sony, there was an increasing motive. There was an increasing motive to make more highly budgeted games. And it wanted to go that way with the Japan studio brand, Toyama said. So Sony themselves wanted high budgeted games, right? They wanted, that was their highest interest. That's what they wanted. And it's just like, again, you can spend a lot of money on these games and all you're going to get is a hit or a miss, right? So again, what I take away from Toyama is you don't need big budget to make a game good or to make a game original. We have seen that so many studios. Look at Kena Bridge of Spirits, right? Kena Bridge of Spirits, that's not a big budgeted game. It's not. Look at Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 was not a big budget compared to Halo, compared to Spider-Man 2, compared to God of War Ragnarok. Are you kidding me? Comparing to Suicide Squad? Not even close to those games in terms of budget. And those were really good games. Really good games. So you don't need, Halo was 500 million. Sit down and think about that. Halo was $500 million. Was Halo Infinite perfect? Nope. No game is perfect. The campaign wasn't the best. It was an okay campaign. It wasn't the best. It wasn't like what Halo is known for, but it was okay. And it's just crazy. These games are costing way too much money to make. Why you think Sony now comes off the high horse? Right? Because these games are ballooning into ridiculous. Yeah, where did the money go? I don't know, bro. I don't know where the money goes. Michael Does Life says gaming is dead. Man, I don't know, bro. Michael Does Life, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's not the same, bro. It's not the same. It's not like how it used to be. I know it's different time frames. You know, the economy has changed. Inflation has changed. I get it. But at the same time, bro, it's like, where's the money going? Because if you look at the game, if you look at Halo Infinite in terms of development, if you look at Halo Infinite when they first showed it off, it was a joke. It looked so rough. It looked so bad to the point where they had to delay it. $500 million for a game that looked like PS3, PS3 360. Like, you don't need, bro. Like, you don't need a lot of money to make a good game. You don't. All you need is talent. That is it. GTA 6, just in case if you guys don't know, it's being reported that GTA 6 is $1 billion. $1 billion to make. Let that sink in. That is by far the highest I've ever seen in gaming history. $1 billion to make. And some of y'all are probably ain't gonna like GTA 6. So we're not gonna put GTA 6 on the highest pedestal possible. We're not. We're not gonna make it the game that's holier than thou, because GTA 6 is going to have its problems. And some of y'all are going to say, oh, it's too woke and it's too this and it's too that. Every single game is going to have its problem and its issues. Let that sink in wherever you are right now. $1 billion. If you think 500 million is a lot, try 1 billion. And look how long we've been waiting on GTA. Look how long we've been waiting on it. And we still waiting on it. Because Rockstar has come up with a formula that's been working since the very first GTA game. And they know it's going to do millions. And it's not just the hardcore fans like me that's going to buy GTA 6. It's the casuals. It's the kids. They're the ones that are going to buy it. The new generation, not just me. Everybody, everyone. You remember the saying back in the day, rated E for everyone? Everybody is going to be buying GTA 6. That's what's going to allow them to recoup that $1 billion. But here's the problem. Not every single game is GTA 6. Hello? Not every single game is GTA 6. What are you trying to say, Marlon? I'm trying to say is if you going on this high horse of every single game needs to be big budgeted, then you're going to have a problem. Because what if that game does not recoup that budget that you invested into the game? Not every single game needs to be big money. Because you can sit there and spend $400 million on a game and then you don't recoup that money. So now you in the red. Now you in the negative now. That's the problem that I feel with the industry right now. There is no originality. It's gone. And games are going up because the economy is trash. Okay. Like there's so much inflation. There's so much crap going on in the world right now. And game prices, the cost of living, everything is going up. And guess what? The quality gets what? Worse and worse and worse and worse. That's what's happening. Look at what y'all saying about Concord. Marlon. You think Concord was cheap? Concord wasn't cheap. From what I heard, I think they said Concord was over 200 million. Concord was not cheap. And you played Concord and some of y'all, my point exactly. For $200 million. $200 million. Look at Spider-Man 2. I said Spider-Man 2 is easy in my top 10, easy in my top 5 of best games I've played this generation. Some of y'all says, man, Spider-Man was mid. Think about what I'm saying. Some of y'all said Spider-Man was mid. Spider-Man 2 was mid. Think about that.
Go PC and play indie games. Best way to play losers.
Hey, not everybody wants to go PC. But hey, the choice is theirs. Now, y'all said Spider-Man 2 was mid. Some of y'all said it. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all said it. The Xbox fan base, they said it. It's mid. It's Bugman 2. Right? For 200 million over. No. Wait. Not 200 million. 300 million. Isn't that right? Hold on. Let me look it up. Isn't that right? Spider-Man 2 PS5 budget. Okay. Oh, okay. $270 million. $270 million. And some of y'all said that was mid. Yeah. So you see what I'm telling you? You see what I'm telling you? Throwing all this doggone money on these games means nothing. If the quality is not there, if the originality is not there, if the fun, everlasting fun, satisfaction not there, it don't matter. It does not matter. GTA 6 could flop for all we know. I mean, knowing Rockstar, it's gonna be setting all type of records. I don't think GTA 6 is gonna flop, but I'm just hypothetically saying. Imagine spending $1 billion on GTA 6 and it ends up being garbage. Let that sink in. Even though Take-Two won't be hurting as much because they still sitting on all that Grand Theft Auto money. But I'm just saying, think about it. You're going to have to eat that $1 billion. That's what I'm talking about. So, man, these companies got to stop focusing so much on big budget, and start focusing on originality more than ever and creativity more than ever. That should be the last thing. We already know the upfront cost is something that we can't shy away from. We know this already. This ain't no Einstein situation. We got to figure this out. Right? Because at the end of the day, money got to be spent. But if the game is garbage, if the game is mid, that's a problem. And some people feel like that's all we're getting this generation, a bunch of mid games. Oh, believe me, I'll look at the comments. Maybe some of y'all are trolling. Maybe some of y'all being serious. I don't know. But the reality is we gotta get out of that mindset of every single thing is coming out, it's gonna be mid. But you know what? That's what these developers and that's what these companies are putting forth. They're putting forth a lot of woke stuff, like y'all said. Y'all said a lot of these stuff is woke, and y'all also saying that a lot of these, games are just lacking creativity. And the quality is just not the same. And these developers are getting lazier and lazier and lazier and pushing different agendas into these games. That's what y'all are saying. You can't make this stuff up. It's all plastered over social media. So what's going to happen the rest of this year? What's going to happen in 2025? It's only going to get worse. Because not every single thing that's coming out in 2025 is going to be a hit. Come on, man. We already know this already. How long we've been gaming now? We already know this already. A lot of the stuff that's being shown at these showcases, a lot of these games are not going to be what they seem to be. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying. You know exactly what this is, and you know exactly what I'm saying right now. And this is why I say we don't have a lot of developers out there or studios out there that cares about originality. Because it's too much laziness. Ever since the pandemic, I do feel, now this is my opinion, I do feel that once we got into the pandemic time frame, that's when everybody got lazy. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. That's just how I feel. Because a lot of these developers, they had to work from home, right? And most of them working from home, they got lazy. They're just like, don't feel like programming today. Don't feel like working on this game today. I'm going to take a day off. And then a day off turns into a week off, just tricking off time and knowing you got a deadline. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I know people in the industry. I'm just keeping it real. I can almost guarantee you, because it shows into the game. Game coming out buggy, glitchy 3 years ago. Yeah, y'all forget already how lazy some of these games look? Unpolished pile of rubbish. And they want $70 for these games? Come on. Y'all can speak up. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what I'm saying. Man, come on, man. Listen, bro. At the end of the day, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. I really hope that by next year, some of you guys can be a lot more happier than how you are right now when it comes to video games. Because right now, this ain't it, Chief. This is not it. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it $150. This ain't it. This is not it. Nope. This ain't it. We don't have a lot of games that gets us excited. We don't. We don't get a lot of showcases that makes us happy. A lot of gamers are not satisfied. Like, they're just legitimately not satisfied. And that's a problem. So in my closing, so we can get to the Q&A, is that I really hope, especially Sony, learn their lesson. Yes, you can go big budget, because a lot of the stuff they're making is big budget. A lot of their AAA single player games are big budget. But the problem is the quality of these games. And Sony have learned their lesson to not show something until it's closer to launch. We will. Can't make this up.
Roblox developers are way better than any AAA.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, God, for calling out your name. My man said Roadblocks. My man said Roblox. My man said Roblox developers are better than any AAA. Oh my God. That's how far we are now? Wow. My man said Roblox. Man, that's crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a freaking joke. This is it. If that's how you guys are thinking right now, Roblox, really? Hey, man. It just goes to show you, like, a majority of y'all right now in the chat, I can almost bet and guarantee a lot of y'all want something fresh. That's what y'all want. You want something creative, something brand new. There's not a lot of that, guys. You know, these companies take a much more bigger risk with these new IPs than their actual sequels. They take a much more bigger risk because you don't know if these new IPs are going to resonate with people, right? And it's a mixture of all, because you need to make sure that you are listening to the fans and incorporate listening to the fans into those new IPs. Asking the fans, what do you want out of a new IP? How many companies do you know come to you and ask you, what do you want out of a new intellectual property? What do you want? A lot of them don't even do questionnaires. They don't care. They are going to make their games based on the direction of the world. The direction of the world, wherever the world heads, that's where their games are going to be at. Simple as that. You guys know what I'm talking about. The different agendas, the different lifestyle. That's what it is.
I think he'll be happier just going back and buy a PS2 or PS3, because that's when games we good.
Hey, man, listen, bro. Listen, listen, bro. But that's the problem, though. That's the problem. It's like, it's a shame that some of you guys are thinking that way. Like, no, we need to go back. We need to go buy a PS3. And we need to go buy a PS2. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because of nostalgia, and also because it was so good back then. I mean, that was when developers were really hungry. It's just like a rapper when he first comes out, right? He goes hard because he's hungry. And that's when he's so creative and at his best and original because of his style. You have never seen that style before. But as soon as he started making money and signed a big record deal and he gets a little bit older, now he gets lazy. Flow ain't even the same. The song is garbage, delivery garbage, beats are trash. You know what I mean? His entire image is garbage. Now he's just pushing a whole different agenda now. Like, what the heck is going? It's the same thing. Like, bro, I remember when you used to be hot. I remember when you dropped that first album. Now all these albums are garbage. You don't even get the same streaming numbers you used to get. That's because the content is not the same. The message is not the same. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these companies, they go where the wind blows. Wherever the wind blows, they go. Wherever the world blows, they go. And they incorporate that into the games. And at the same time, they get even more lazier. And then they shrug their shoulders off. Oh, we don't care. Because we know y'all gonna buy it. Those of you who are saying this and saying that, we don't care. We're going to get you $70 one way or the other. That's how these companies think. They think about dollar signs. They don't think about you as the individual. Very seldom you see a video game company nowadays give a doggone about gamers. They don't care. All they see is dollar signs. Microsoft right now, when it comes to the console space, all they see is dollar signs. Let's see if we can rake in as much as we can rake in on the console side of things. We don't really care. But hey, for those who want to buy our consoles, go ahead and buy it. Go ahead and buy it. But we really don't care if you buy it or not. That's Microsoft right now. Sony needs you to buy their console. They do. But the problem with Sony right now is Sony needs to show the games. Sony needs to give us a clear roadmap on what they have. We'll see. We'll see what happens in a couple of months from now from Sony. We'll see if the PS5 Pro is a thing. We'll see. You guys know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. We'll see. Q&A time. Hit that like button for me. Hit that share button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get it, man. It's sad, bro. I just had to come on here today and I had to talk to you guys. Real, recognize real, bro. I had to come on here and I had to be real with you guys. I don't like to be fake. I don't like to be dishonest. I like to be 100% with you guys. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of you dudes have been telling me, you know, you miss PS3. You miss PS2. You miss, you know, PS1. It's crazy. And it's funny how the narrative changed because it was, yeah, people don't care about old games. That's a lie. That's a lie. Or people don't care about old games. That's a lie. You can believe whatever you want to believe, okay? Because at the end of the day, bro, the truth is the truth. And it's very evident right now that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in our industry. Smash up that like button, guys. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Yes. He says, you say, show us games like it don't take years. My man said, you say, show us games like it don't take years. Oh, Lord. Listen, man. Listen, bro. You know, it doesn't matter how many years the games are taken. You still need to show them. You still need to show something, or else you're going to go out of business. You still need to show something, or you're going to go out of business. Microsoft, you know, was heavily criticized for showing games way too early, right? What did we get at this Xbox showcase? A bunch of games with no release dates. So that simply means that they're still in development, right? Right. And if Microsoft would have turned around and say, yeah, we're not going to show anything. We're not going to show Perfect Dark or Fable, or people would have been pissed. And Microsoft would have gotten a huge backlash. So some of you guys don't understand. Yes, the games do take years to make, but at the same time, you still need to show it off. You still need to show it off. Show something. That's why I applaud Microsoft with their Xbox developer showcase, because developers are giving us updates on these games that are years away from now. Look at Blade. We ain't seeing that game no time soon. They showed something. They gave us a trailer. Something to look forward to. I'm just saying, man. Look at State of Decay 3. State of Decay 3. How long has it been since we saw State of Decay 3? Years. And they just now at this Xbox showcase showed us a gameplay trailer after years of waiting. Some of the stuff that Microsoft shown off at the Xbox showcase, what has been in development for 4 years, 5 years, 5+ years. So yes, it does take time, but at the same time, you still need to show something. We say, yeah, but you can't show a game yes, you can. Yes. Man, listen, that's poor excuses. Poor excuses. You can't show a game every year. If that's the kind of mindset that Sony got right now, they're in trouble. If that's the kind of mindset Microsoft would have, they will be in massive trouble. They will be in a huge uphill trouble battle. You need to show off games every year, or else you're going to get huge backlash. Huge backlash, because you need to show off games every year. You crazy? What makes you okay? Why do you think E3 existed? Why do you think E3 existed?
So you saying Game Pass on console not worth it? Microphone, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
I never said that. Jamal. Anyways, Jamal likes to troll. Listen, man. You need to show a game every year. That's why you're in the gaming business, to sell games. Are you kidding me, bro? You cannot come into a generation without no games. And you cannot go year on year. Doesn't matter how long. That's why you have other games with shorter development time. You have indie games. You have AA games. You have AAA games, quad A games. Whatever. Look at Elder Scrolls 6. That will not see the light of day for at least another 3-4 years. That's probably going to be on the next Xbox. A lot of these games, there's a lot of games that Microsoft did not show us at that Xbox showcase. For a reason, because it's not ready. But what I'm saying is, at least with Microsoft, we have something to look forward to every year. Can you imagine a world where there is no video games every year to look forward to? Are you mad? Are you really mad? You need to show off games every year, or else your console, your products will not sell, because people are going to be like, there's no games. There's literally no games. So there's literally no point in buying a console or staying sub to Game Pass, because they ain't no games. They ain't showing up. What if Microsoft did what they did 2 years ago and not come out with any game at all for a whole year? That would hurt them. Would it be the end of the world? No. But at the same time, that would be bad. That would be really bad. Because that's a whole 12 months with nothing to play. That's bad. That's bad for business. Man, you kidding me, bro? You kidding me? That's why E3 existed, bro, because we had something to look forward to. Developers, PR companies, and the likes go to E3 every year because they have something to show. That's your job as a company, is to have something to show every year. What's next? People are always jumping on the next trend. What's next? What's happening next? I want to know what's happening next. If you're not evolving and moving forward, you're going to be stuck in the past. You're going to be stuck in a timeless, endless loop in the past and not moving forward. You always have to keep evolving. It's hard. It's not easy. Just like having a YouTube channel, just like working your job. Nothing is easy. You got to put in the work. Slow growth, no growth, little bit of growth, whatever the case may be. You got to keep moving forward. Same thing with Sony. You see how people getting mad right now because Sony ain't got no big games for 2024. Are you crazy in your brain cells? What are you on, bro? You need to have things to show. You need to evolve and move forward, or else you're going to fall under. You're literally going to crumble. You're not going to have anything to stand on. You see people, oh man, I want Spider-Man 2 DLC. Oh man, Astrobot, don't care for that garbage. Concord, don't care for that. You people barking, saying stuff. Don't care for this, don't care for that. Where's Wolverine? Where is this? Where is that? Can't make this up. You can't. So that's the reality, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's the reality. You got to have something to show. You got to have something to show. That's it, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. That's the reality, bro. You got to have something to show. Man, I miss E3. I miss G4. I miss Attack of the Show. I miss Electronic Playgrounds, like all them gaming shows that I grew up watching. And I tune into those shows for a reason, to see what's next. Like new games, interviews about games that I care about. That's it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I'm not going to keep y'all up today. Let's see if we can get over 200 likes on the show today. I appreciate y'all. Any more quick questions, any more concerns, anything else, feel free. Now is the time. Now is the time if you have any questions. You say all that matters in gaming, that Marlon is the greatest gaming YouTuber ever. Oh, Andy. Oh, man. That's a tall, using greatness to somebody's name. It's an honor. But at the same time, man, that's a strong word to use against somebody's name, man. I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate it. I try. I strive for that. I work hard for that. So I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. 179 likes. We can do way better than that. Come on. That's all we get. 179. Let's see if we can get over 200 likes. Like we've been crushing the likes as of late. Get some more likes up on the show. Says X-Play was great. Shout outs to Adam Sessler. I was able to meet Adam Sessler. Really cool guy, man. And the funny thing is, when I was at E3, I was at a Sony event. This was years ago, probably like 10 years ago. And he recognized me for some reason. And I was like, I was gonna go over there and talk to him. And I was like, hey, Adam, what's up, man? I said, man, it's an honor. Can I take a picture with you? And he was like, yeah. And I said, man, I'm a big fan. And he was like, wait a minute. And I said, what's up? And he was like, do you run a website called Gaming Realm or something like that? Gaming Realm or something like that? I said, yeah. And he's like, yo, I saw that Madden 25 review. I said, what? I was like, wow, this is crazy. I think I showed you guys, this was a while back. I showed you the Mark Cerny with me and Mark Cerny. And I think I showed you the Adam Sessler picture. It's somewhere. My Facebook had got hacked. So I think I still have the pictures on a hard drive backed up somewhere. But man, Olivia Munn. What's that other guy's name again? It was Olivia Munn. With Attack of the Show. Man, I miss all them shows, bro. Electronic Playground. Man, so many of them shows, bro. So many of them shows. We at 185. Let's go, man. Morgan Webb, Adam Sessler. I met Adam. I haven't met Morgan. But yeah, crazy enough. I mean, Adam knew who I was because of my Madden 25 review. That was crazy. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. I was like, wait, what? And because typically, like when you do a written review, you're not expecting anybody to see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not expecting anybody to see that mug. It's like, yo, I saw your Madden review, dog. I was like, oh, shoot. I mean, man. The good old days, man. Good old days, bro. I think it was what? Xbox? Yeah, it was Xbox. Was it Xbox One or Xbox 3? No, it was Xbox One. It was Xbox One. Yeah, it was Xbox One. Yeah, it was Xbox One. It was Madden 25 on Xbox One. Yep. I remember it now because EA had sent me the game and I had reviewed the game and stuff and it was crazy. I was like, Adam Sessler. I'm like, wow, that's insane. That is literally insane. Victor Lucas. Yes, Victor Lucas. Yes, Victor Lucas. Yeah, Victor Lucas. I met him. I was able to meet Victor Lucas at E3. It was at another Sony event. It was me, hip hop's girl, hip hop's cameraman. And we came from our hotel because we all typically when we go into E3, that's why I miss E3. Typically when we go into E3, it will be me, hip hop, his girl, and his cameraman. We all stay in the same hotel. All stay in the same hotel, and we'll just chip in, pay all our money together, and then we'll get like 2 rooms, and we all stay in the rooms just to kind of cut back on costs because Cali is so freaking expensive. And it was at a Sony event. I think it was 4 years ago. I think it was when they showed off Ghost of Tsushima for the first time on stage. I was there. And it was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, man, and I ran into Victor Lucas and I was like, man, what the heck? And I think if I remember correctly, like we were talking for a long period of time because there was a long line before we get into that Sony event. And I took a picture with him too and stuff. He's cool, man. Victor Lucas. He's cool guy, man. Kevin Pereira. Yes, Kevin Pereira. Yeah, talk of the show. Kevin Pereira. Yeah, I love Kevin Pereira. Shout out to Kevin Pereira, man. It was hey, y'all remember was it G4 TV trailers? What was it called again? GT trailers or some kind of where they were just showing a bunch of trailers. Was it G4 trailers? It was on YouTube like a long time ago. I don't remember what it's called, but I think I'm old, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm talking about some stuff that y'all probably don't even care or even know about. Like, what the heck is Marlon even talking about? G4 trailers or G4 TV trailers or something trailers. But I think it was from the same network that ran G4 TV. It was some GT trailers or something like that, but they were showing like a bunch of G trailers. I'm old. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, game trailer. There you go. Game trailer. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I miss that, bro. I'm sorry. I'm old school, y'all. I'm old school. I'm sorry. Yeah, GT trailers. Man, if you remember that, man, you're a legend, bro, because that was the good old days, man. We had PlayStation Home. Sony, please bring back PlayStation Home. If PlayStation Home makes a return, even though social media right now is very toxic and just people are just crazy nowadays, but man, can you imagine PlayStation Home coming back? Some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about when I say PlayStation Home. I was at E3 when Sony was showing off. I'm old, y'all. I'm sorry. I remember when Sony showed off PlayStation. Some of y'all youngins don't remember PlayStation Home. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But I was at E3 and I went to Sony because they invited us to some. They had some kind of party going on.
What's up, Marlon? I watched your stream yesterday and I felt your frustration towards Sony. I feel like if they can bring back God of War after Ascension back in 2013, they bring back anything.
For sure. There's a rumor though, my guy. There's a rumor that they're supposed to be bringing back, what was it again? I think God of War 1 and 2. Or maybe the trilogy. I hope so. I'll buy it in a heartbeat for the PS5. You guys know me. I love the God of War trilogy. I love God of War 1, 2, and 3 is literally the GOAT for sure. Love the legacy games. But yeah, man, I'm showing my age, bro. Like maybe I'm just too old. What old boy said, I forgot who said that. Maybe I'm just too doggone old because I'm going backwards on stuff that was so good. Gaming was so good back then, man. G4 TV, Attack of the Show, Electronic Playground, game trailers. Man, y'all don't even understand how Game Facts, Game Pro, Game Informer, which Game Informer is still around. You know, different strategy. Remember strategy books? Man. Game guides, all that. Man. Good old days, man. Good old days, bro. Good old days. It ain't like that, bro. It ain't. He said Judgment Day. Oh, man. It ain't like that no more. He said in 2015, game trailers was held by Easy Allies. Oh, okay. Man, Spike TV. Oh, man. You're a freaking legend, man. Yeah, the primer guides. Yeah, bro. Man. Good old days, man. Them old strategy guides, bro. I remember I used to buy those, bro. They will be thick as a Bible, bro. No joke. I remember back in middle school, bro, we would literally go to GameStop or Game Crazy. And just like this Bible right here, the strategy guides would be about this thick. No joke. And I will be going through it oh man, how to jump. How to beat this boss, man. This boss is annoying. Shoot, let's see. How many potions do I need? I need to get this potion right here. I think it's page 55. Okay, so that's how you get that potion. Okay, all right, bet. All right, so how to get that sword? Man, this boss is really, really hard. I need to figure out how to get that sword real quick. Okay, jump attack. Okay, cool. Get some floss. Okay, all right, cool. There you go. No joke. Seriously, no joke. I'm telling you guys, bro. No joke. Yeah. Those books were dope. It says it was OGTGA. Yeah. He said he 51. Yeah, I'm 51, y'all. I'm 51, man. Y'all want to know how old I am? Just Google it. You'll figure it out. Blockbuster rent. Yeah, Blockbuster. Blockbuster went under, man. Blockbuster went under. It says that the new Elden Ring guide, someone wants 1K on it. What? Are you serious? Somebody selling the Elden Ring guide for for 1K, they can keep that. Man, it's crazy how technology has improved, bro. Like now it's like, now you could just look up a video. Now Sony is like incorporating, he said, bro, you at least 40. Nah, man. I'm 51, bro. So he said you at least 40. I told you I'm 51. 40? $51, bro. 51. It says $7 a game for a weekend. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, gaming was popping. Man, I'm planning on bringing back nostalgia to our channel, bro. Like, I really mean that, because if Sony ain't gonna do it, bro, I'm gonna take it up on myself to do it. I'm planning on maybe starting up some tournaments. I mean, some really cool stuff, prizes, giveaways around, retro gaming, playing some of these retro games, if we can still play them online. And man, I remember the good old days, man. Remember the good old days. I'm 51, bro. 51, man. And I'm proud of it. 51. I'm proud of it, bro. 51. I'm proud of it. Let's get it popping. It says, I used to get gaming magazines from GameStop in the mall. Yeah, I remember that. Bro. It was crazy back then. Crazy back then. You said N64. It said pizza parties. It says with the bros was fire. Oh, man, I'm telling you, bro. Playing Super Smash Bros. On the N64, playing Mario Kart on N64, playing Perfect Dark, Golden Eye. Oh my God, man, let me stop talking about the good old days right now. Golden Eye. That was the game, bro. We got 4 controllers. We on the couch. We just came home from school. We did our homework and we just sitting there eating and chilling, get some takeout and just chill. Oh man, the good old days. I ain't no 37, bro. I told y'all I'm not 30. I'm not 37. I'm not 40. I'm 51. Okay? I already told y'all that. So y'all coming up with all these numbers and everything like that, that's not it. I'm 51. So there you go. He says gotta be late night nostalgia. I know for sure. He says, may God comforts my mom, man. Oh man, hey, listen. He says, I remember going to Food Lion and looking at gaming magazine. Oh, Food Lion. Wait, Virginia? Virginia? Oh man. Virginia, huh? Yeah, Virginia. 38? Nah. I told y'all, man. I'm 51, bro. Y'all don't listen. I said I'm 51. Come on, man. Soul Calibur tournaments. Oh, man. It was so good, bro. It was so good. Yeah, I'm 51, bro. 51. Yes, sir. 51. 51 years young, man. 51. Anybody ask me, I'm 51. 51. There you go. Said Marlon Gaming says, are you, miss my chat? Said gaming is not dead. It's not gaming. It's still alive. Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC will be announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2024 this year. We'll see. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. He said, just got my new PS4 controller today from Amazon. I'm so... Hey, did y'all take advantage of Amazon Prime? Like, did y'all take advantage of... Because I don't see nothing good gaming-wise. Is there anything good for Prime Day? Like, is there anything good for Prime Day right now? Like, anything gaming-related? I think it's just a bunch of crap that I don't even care for, like, to be honest. There's, like, nothing here that screams like, oh yeah, I want to get this on Amazon. Like, I mean, it all depends. Oh, Virginia. Oh man, you said Food Lion. I was like, Virginia. Bro. He says, will Nintendo remake Double Dash? Oh man, they do Double Dash. That would be insane, bro. Man, I'm 51, bro. Come on, man. How you gonna tell me, bro? I'm 51, man. 51, bro. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff on sale. They got TVs. I think the TVs are not marked down like the way I thought they would be. I mean, they're still expensive. I like 15% off, stuff like that. So, Blackstone Grill. Oh man, sounds familiar. He said they got some 75-inch and 85-inch. 75-inch? That's way too much bread, dog. That's way too much, dog. That's way too much. You know what I mean? He said Food Lion is only in the hood here in Atlanta. Oh, yeah, so y'all got Food Lion in Atlanta too? That's great. I thought it was just a Virginia thing. Cause I went to Atlanta, what was it, like in January? I was passing through not Virginia, Atlanta. I was passing through Atlanta and I didn't really remember seeing any Food Lion when I was driving past. Maybe I really got to go into, you know what I mean, go deep or something. Get hype, Honda. Yes, sir. Get hype, get hype. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here, guys. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here today, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Share the stream. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hopefully the rest of this week, I think we got Flintlock in 2 more days. So Flintlock is going to be in 2 more days. So I guess some of you guys are excited about that. The open beta for Concord is going to be in another 2 more days. So hopefully I want to see a lot of you guys on Concord. Like I said, Concord to me is a good game when you find a character that you're good with. There's a lot of room for improvement with that game. And I gave the game a 7.5 out of 10 because, yeah, there's just a lot of room for improvement with that game. So give it a shot if you haven't already. Now, if you have already played it and you don't like it, then I completely understand that. But yeah, we have Flintlock to look forward to in the next 2 days, and then also Concord beta as well, and whatever else I'm probably missing. But hit that like button for me, guys, to see if we can get over 200 likes on the show today. If you enjoyed the show today, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. One love and God bless. We're trying to keep the consistency going on the show. Peace. I love y'all. God bless y'all.